get your mo.
Alright, ladies and gents, welcome back. This is part 2, Ready Maker Design Video Games, part 2 of Goalkeeper Challenge. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're actually going to fix something from the first video, and what I want you to do is I want you to click on the soccer ball. Okay, now this is something else I want to explain. If you have something that's so small on your page and you can't click on it, because you can see I keep getting the opponent or I get the background, what you can do is you can actually go to this little globe right here. You can go to the hierarchy, which has all of the pieces that are in your game, and you can just click on it that way and hit reveal selected, and it'll have the ball selected, and then you go to appearance and change whatever you want to change. Okay, so what I want you to do for that is I want you to name ball, I want you to name it ball, and I want you to name the opponent. Okay, so before, you know, it may have already been like that for you, but before mine were named Untitled. Okay, so I wanted to put names on there, that way we know when we're doing it in the events later that they have names on them. Okay, the other thing is I want to select the ball, and I want to make sure that looped is on and active is off. So go to behavior, looped stays on, active goes off. So now when we hit play, you see the ball is not spinning. Okay, it wasn't doing that in the video before this. Alright, so on to the next stuff. We are going to create variables. Okay, so if you go to the globe and you go to game, new variable, we're going to have two variables. Okay, one of them is called ball size, and what's important about this is basically the ball is small right now because it's far away, but we need the ball to look like it's getting bigger. It's got to grow in size. So this is what that variable is going to do. It's going to help us later on in the events grow the size of the ball so it looks like it's getting closer to you. Okay. The other one, new variable, is called ball speed. And the same exact thing here. Hit save and you'll see the second one in there. Ball speed is going to be how fast the ball is moving. So that's basically all you need to know. Okay. For ball size, make the value 40. And what that means is basically right now the ball, let's say the size is 40. We're going to make the ball later on be size 100. Okay. And it's going to grow from 40 to 100. And that's basically how big the ball is going to get. Okay. As far as the ball speed goes, you're just going to make that 1. All right. So you can close out of that. Okay. And on to the next stuff. Go to the plus. Go to my uploads and find all of the game text. Find goal, click and hold, bring that in and put it out there. Find, we're going to do these in a specific order. Find good and bring that one in. Find great, and then find excellent. Okay, these are the different messages that are going to pop up when you make good, great, excellent saves, while you're saving the ball. Okay, so for goal, okay, click on goal. We need to make sure that solid is off on all 4 of these. So go to appearance, turn solid off. So now go to good and do the same thing. Appearance, solid off. Under great, appearance, solid off. Excellent, solid off. Okay. You're going to put them in a text class. Okay. So when we're on goal and we go down to classes down here, you do create new class. And hang on, I'm lagging a little bit. You're going to call that texts and then hit save. So now you can see when I'm selected on goal and I'm in classes, the little blue mark is next to text. That means that it's in a class right now. Okay, but the other ones aren't in there yet. So go to good, hit classes, and check the little thing next to text and then click off. Same thing for great, and the same thing for excellent. Alright, so now all 4 of those are in the text class. Okay, as far as the behaviors go on these, what you're going to do is you're going to click goal, you're going to go to behavior, you're going to add behavior, and you're going to do the move recorder. What that should do is when I click on the other ones now, since they're all in the same class, they will all already have the move recorder. Okay, so in move recorder, we're going to change the speed of each one of these, and then we're going to record moves of what the text is going to do. Okay, so rather than you making a good save and it just popping up and reading great, it's going to like kind of move around and say great, you know what I mean? So that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, so on goal, all right, go to behavior, go to speed. We're going to do the speeds first, and you're going to make this speed, these numbers don't have to be like exact, but they should get a little faster as they go up in line here. Okay, so goal is actually going to be the fastest. So it's going to move around the fastest because it's a goal, you know what I mean? If it's good, it's going to move around. If it's great, it's going to move a little bit faster, and if it's excellent, it's going to move pretty fast. Okay, it's just a way to distinguish between the 4 different texts. That way they look a little bit different on the screen. Okay, so go to goal. The speed for this one we're going to make about 2.83. Okay, so now some of these numbers you can't get exact, but you know, anything near that is probably fine. All right, on good, you're going to make the speed 1.97. So that's under behaviors, speed, 1.9, let's see if we can get to it, 1.97. Under great, behavior, speed, great should be 2.02. And under excellent, behavior, speed, 2.5. Okay? All right, so we got our speed set up. They're all in the same class. They all have their speed set up. Now we're going to do the record movements on them. Okay, so what you'll do is you'll move one in at a time where you want the text to start. Okay, now you could get dicey with this and go into appearance and change the position to be like, you know, 0 on the X. That way it's dead center, but it really doesn't matter. Okay, so that's where it's going to show up. You go to behavior. You have it here first. Then you do, this is very similar to in Space Chicken when we had the boss at the end and he was moving through that loop. That's what we're doing with this. Okay, so record movement on. Doesn't matter how fast you do this movement, but you're just going to kind of move it around like this so it kind of flashes up on the screen, and then put it back to center, and then record movement off. Okay, so now we can move that one out of the way. We're going to do the same thing with the other 3. Move this into the center, or at least where you think the center is. Go to behavior, move recorder, move it around. You can make it do different stuff. That's up to you. Put it back to center. And then move recorder off. Move the text out. And then great. Alright, so this is part of that stuff that you don't need to watch because you don't need to see me do something 4 times. So basically just go and do it. Behavior, record movement. This one's going to be like a zigzag. But make sure you bring it back to center when you're done. Record movement off. Make sure you hit off before you move this out. Otherwise it's going to record that movement of you bringing it out. Or vice versa. If I'm on excellent here, don't go to behavior and turn it on because it will record the movement in. We want to have this in the center first, then record movement, and then record your movement and hit off, and then move out. Alright, so we got that now. Next one, the game over text. Okay, when he scores 3 goals on you, that's a game over. You go to my uploads, you find game over. We're going to put that up here for now. You're going to click on, let's close this. You're going to click on game over. You're going to turn solid off on that. Okay, now the other ones were also solid off. I just want to make sure. I think I did that, but I just want to double check. Solid off. Okay, good. Appearance, solid off. Okay, you're going to change this to be user interface, okay, because it's a text on the user interface. Different than these texts because these are popping in and out. This one is going to stay exactly where we leave it, but we're just going to make it hidden in the system, and then later on when it's a game over, it's going to say when the game is over, you know, the game over sign, what's the word I'm looking for? Appearance, set hidden, no, and that'll bring it forward and make you see the text. Okay, so the other thing you're going to do is you're going to put this at a position of 0, which is centered, and then the up and down for the Y is going to be 0.63. So right up there. Okay, so that's going to stay right there. It's not going to move back out. There's not going to be a move recorder or anything like that. The text just stays where it is. Okay, so now if I hit play, you'll see that game over is there. You'll also see all the different movements of the text. Later on in the events, we're going to turn all of these texts off, and we're only going to turn them on when that movement applies. So if it's a good, then it'll flash good on the screen, great, excellent, whatever. Okay, so close that out. Okay, go to plus here, go to basic shapes, bring in a bordered square, and click on that bordered square. Go to appearance. We're going to change the name, and we're going to call that bottom. And we're going to make it a size of 7 wide by 0.5 height. You're going to leave the solid on. you're going to make the position, so don't touch that. You're going to leave the position, and you're going to make this 0, which is again centered, and then negative 1.51. Alright, so now again, this negative never works, so just put that right back in there. Okay, that's where we want that. Later on, so when I hit play, you'll see it's on the screen, but later on we're going to make that hidden. The point of this is that we're going to put a behavior on there, 2 different behaviors, and we're going to use that shape in order to randomly generate numbers and also to have a counter on it. Okay, so a counter's for counting things and saying, hey, after 3 seconds this, after 2 seconds that. The random number thing is going to just pick random numbers for the position of where the ball is going to go. Okay, without having that, you can't have the ball go to different locations, and you can't have the system actually counting and doing different operations based on time. Alright, so this is similar to when we did on Space Chicken. We did an arrow and we made that a Boolean. That's just an on-off switch. It's a little bit different than that, but it's very similar. Okay, alright, so we'll leave that like that. Let's see, what are we at here? We are at 11 minutes already, so that's the end of this video. I'll do another one next. This will just be one day, and then the next one will be a video that you do on one day, and so on. I'm trying to make it simple and not make it where you have to watch this one plus half of that one, or you have to watch these 3 videos, or so on. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. This was part 2 of Goalkeeper Challenge, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks a lot.